Dr. Richard, what's your take on that? Sino kaya yung mga maaring pumalit kay Speaker Martin kung totoo nga na mapapalitan siya?
Well, in my opinion, kung papalitan siya because siguro siya ang magiging Vice President.
And sa mga naririnig nyo, nung sinabi nyo meron kapalit yung pag-vote to impeach, magkano yung inaalok? Magkano ba yung pinag-uusapan natin dito?
Based on what we've heard, I'd like to make a disclaimer. This is only allegedly.
Yes, and I know you keep saying I don't report news. This is commentary. So we're also curious.
I don't wanna have it used against the program or us,
Yes,
the two of
I
us
agree.
here. But yeah, based on what we've heard, 150 million per signature of the congressman.
And would you know the composition of this 150 million? Is this cash or in programa ba to? Ano tong 150 million?
Actually, it's ACAP and AX, and more. The other chunk of that is for the infrastructure development of the district. So naka-divide yan lahat, tatlo. And yeah,
Do you know yung pagka-divide? How much?
I'm not sure with the figure now, but I've written about it. I just can't recall the exact number. Attorney Karen, I'll provide it to you later.
Dr. Richard, do you have any idea? Because based on some of the sources, they say it's 25 million in ACAP, so yung ayuda that you can give, and then 25 million in AX, and 100 million hard projects of their choice.
I read that as well. So ako po ay nababasa ko lang din. So I don't have a hard copy or direct information, pero it's all over the web.
Okay. And meron ding usap-usapan na mapapalitan naman ang leadership in the House. Narinig nyo rin ba ito?
Yes po.
So bakit naman papalitan si House Speaker Martin Romualdez?
I think that's already part of the political strategy, because right now, if we will analyze the current political landscape, we see that there is a union of Martin Romualdez, Lisa Marcos Araneta, and Bongbong Marcos with the Yellows or the Liberal Party. So they are doing the add and subtract strategy, and the other political group is doing the alliance thing. So maybe there's a bigger plan on that aspect. That's why they want to remove, not technically remove or replace Romualdez, because maybe they are so sure now that VP Sara gets impeached.
Yan ang analysis mo.
Yeah, that's my own analysis.
And Dr. Richard, what's your take on that? Sino kaya yung mga maaring pumalit kay Speaker Martin kung totoo nga na mapapalitan siya?
Well, in my opinion, kung papalitan siya because siguro siya ang magiging Vice President. If Sara will be impeached. Not necessarily to take him down, but to have him higher. Because that's what I can foresee, that siya talaga ang standard bearer for 2028. And just my opinion, na mababat lang talaga siya sa ratings. So, possibly, kaya kailangan ma-impeach si Sara at malagyan ng cannot run for office anymore, then, pero the problem there is, mahina pa rin siya eh. Parang, if I could suggest them, they need a more popular candidate for 2028 and just do away with all this political stuff na kailangan pang i-impeach si VP Sara.
Do you think it's backfiring na may impeachment pa?
Yeah, it's hindi maganda sa tenga ng 32 million people because we voted the Vice President as a reserve President. And God forbids may mangyari sa President natin, sino yung uupo doon na taong hindi namin binoto? That's unfair. So kaya nasasaktan ang mga tao. Dahil binoto ng tao yan, huwag niyong galawin yan.
What about you, Tio?
Oh yeah, so as mentioned earlier, I said that it's more on the political strategy. Because, if it happens that VP Sara gets impeached, based on the Constitution, the President has the power to nominate someone and the Congress would convene for that person to be the next Vice President. So I think Martin Romualdez has the number now in the Congress. We see it based on the signatures of the impeachment rap. So that's only my analysis.
And sino naiisip nyo or naririnig ninyo na maaring pumalit? We've been hearing some names as to potentially become speaker.
I hope this will not be taken against me, but I heard the name of Toby.
Toby Tiangco?
Tiangco, yeah. So, yeah, that's what I heard. I don't know anything about it now.
Kayo, Dr. Richard, may narinig ba kayo?
Wala
What
naman
about former President GMA? Did you hear her as a potential speaker? Okay, and sa tingin niyo po ba nahati sa ngayon yung allegiance ng military and PNP dahil dito sa mga nangyayari with the impeachment of Vice President Sara?
Well, based on the mga retired generals in PMA, meron po silang press con noong December at naglabas po sila ng mga saloobin. So I do believe medyo hati, no? So and that's what they have to think about and respect dahil mahal po tayo din ng mga sundalo. And hindi po bulag sila, no? Lalo na kung talagang prove itong ginagamit ang mga pondo para lang mapilit ang mga congressman bumoto. And I do believe for the soldiers that's an offense. Dapat i-prove nila na talagang kusang pumirma, walang benefits involved. Then I do believe that would be through impeachment process. Pero kung merong ibibigay, hindi valid yun.
Nagulat pa ba kayo kung nung narinig ninyo itong chismis na merong kapalit na bayad yung para pumirma doon sa impeachment? Because if we remember the impeachment of Chief Justice Corona,
Yeah.
later after the conclusion of the trial wherein he was convicted during the impeachment trial, I think it was a year after where we had some senators giving a privileged speech saying that they were paid in order to vote to convict. So nagulat pa ba kayo na merong palitan ng pera dito?
Personally, ako hindi na. As an ordinary citizen who have read the first two impeachment raps against VP Sara, naintindihan ko na these are all baseless allegations, accusations, not even proven yet. But then they made it as the basis for the impeachment. So I think, sabi ko, if our congressmen would really do their job and look at or determine whether it's sufficient in form and substance, sabi ko, basically, hindi madidismiss automatically ang impeachment. But then, it happened now. There are 215 plus 25, right? So yeah, hindi ako nagulat.
Okay, and do you think or may naririnig ba kayo na magkakaroon ng special session ang Senate in order to conduct the impeachment trial, considering they've already adjourned?
So far, based on the news, parang hindi pa raw nila kayang gawin yon. And I think they would stick to the plan na June pa rin ang pag-resume nila.
Sa akin naman, Attorney Karen, is it depends on the results of the midterm elections because if we have Duterte allies, PDP, right? So if by chance most of them would win, I don't think that they would act upon it, right? So yeah, it depends on the results of the election.
And